Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Cancer, and maybe the message is actually for you. So feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are general and timeless readings. If you guys are wanting to check out any of my services, everything is down below in the description box. So it's my website link, Instagram handle, all of that important information. I just post more things on quantum physics and stuff like that over there. Actually, okay. That's the central energy. It's the mentor upside down. Okay. You guys might not like this, but I'm gonna go into it anyway. What flew out on the ground? Okay, we have the poet upside down. What else? Okay. All right. The ring is also here, and it's in reverse. This is really interesting combination because what? All right, Cancer. So this is what I'm getting from this. Mentor upside down. I'm trying to find the best way to talk about this because the mentor upside down would be kind of like leadership, and or advice being given, but it's in the reverse, which is either like, I don't know if you guys are mentors and you were given bad advice. It could have been from someone that you looked up to. So like, I don't know if that's just kind of like the running energy that's existed inside of you. Someone could have given you advice. It was really bad advice. Like, and I feel like it's someone that you're tied to because fascinatingly over here, we have the poet and we have the ring. And I'm going to say it straight up. I feel like you could have been given advice from someone. And there's a person here that could have told you not to marry someone. Like, I'm getting like really interesting dynamics. Because of this Uranus Aquarian energy, dude, it brings up the weirdest situations and weirdest dynamics because it can be almost like a reverse psychology. Uranus is like, you can tell a person, do or don't do this, and then they'll do the opposite. And obviously there's something really immature to that, but like there could be a person that's so against conventional things or people coming in and acting like they're the authoritative energy, and so this person feels repelled by it. Or there's someone here that like maybe had that, but anyway. Okay, so like there were two scenarios of this that I was picking up on. One side is some of you guys, there could be a divorce situation or something not coming together, and there's a person here. If this is a divorce situation, it's because this person didn't go in and do their shadow work. So what I mean by that, okay, this poet, it can be a person that has a gift of expression. Okay, but they have to go down into some kind of shadow work and retrieve something, which can come out like, this is an ability that creatives have in society, and it's all around like going through something really painful or heartbreaking, and then you retrieve something out of it and it is somehow connected to, like, people will resonate with that depth because they've been through it, and there's a person here that didn't do that, and that's why, like, it wouldn't stick or it wouldn't activate, because, like, it's somehow a part of something. I'm not totally sure, but this mentor energy, this also could be someone, if this ring upside down, it could just be loyalties, but it's in the reverse. So there could be someone here that you see in the reverse, because there could be someone here that's like, I don't like how this is coming across, Cancer, honestly, because it's either someone else's energy that's very strongly kind of running a narrative, and probably things will look very different by the time Neptune goes retrograde, Jupiter and Uranus go direct. Go direct. You'll see some things. These things will be turned in a different direction, but it's something about this scenario in general where you're going to be seeing maybe some kind of leadership, and but that beginning portion I was getting, yeah, there was this Chiron wound and the synchronicities. Okay, so that's what I was saying too, like, you could be thinking strongly about either advice you've given, or, like I said, you were given advice about this particular energy. It's not correct, or there's something off about it. Maybe a person had an agenda. Maybe they were concerned that if you were to go off in the direction of this person, that they would like lose access to you or something like that. But this person could have said, oh, do this, and it actually caused something over here to, maybe there was an energy that was coming forward towards you with the poet. This person could have wanted commitment, for those of you like this. This is a person that could have wanted marriage or could have wanted commitment, but they're all kind of in the reverse right now. So oops. Okay, we'll take those, apparently. Let's see, Cancer. Why do you always have that card that comes out? Okay, and then here's your water element, which both of them are strongly coming in. You have dissolution, solutio, and then you have the new pearl, black pearl. Keep calling it that. All right, this looks off. Okay. Probably the most important part of this card that stands out to me is it talks about, like, its water element in general, which obviously is your sign, and it kind of talks about the process of surrendering, dissolving its formlessness, but it can kind of dissolve definitions around identities and labels, and ego drowns in the emotional realms of water, and you can kind of dive back to the beginning. It can feel kind of a humbling process, and it can feel a little disorienting, and oftentimes it feels like the self that you knew yourself to be dissolves or it disappears. That's a part of this formlessness, is identities and dissolving and things like that are taking place. So it's a lot of water element. It's a process that you could be going through just in general to get to a deeper aspect of yourself. The poet is a lot of depth. You guys might even come across as like kind of poetic. I think water signs in general have that quality, but yeah, there's, man, Three of Swords. This is like a deep wound. If I were to say this too, like I came across something about betrayal bonds, betrayal trauma. There can be things that could have come up with that Chiron card, and you could be resting. That is literally a sloth right there. So that could be why energetically, if things feel a little bit slower, I don't know. But Three of Swords, there could have been something here that like was painful for you to be around, whatever that looks like. And there's literally the Five of Swords. Okay, yeah. So that could have been the thing that the retrogrades brought up this year. Five of Swords. Ooh, stingray right there, yeah. So let me see. Five of Wands. The Devil. There's the praying mantis there. I love diving into some of that. And then we have the Lovers and the Three of Wands. That's adorable. Okay. Ten of Cups. But it's with the Devil, and I'm not totally sure how to feel about that. Okay. Six of Swords. Shiz. That card is so freaking intense. Okay, so here is what's happening. All right, so it looks like something has been very painful here. Three of Swords, Five of Swords, all of the swords came up. Look at that, 3, 4, 5, and the 6. And then here was this kind of climax of change that came up. And it feels like a lot of, this could be conflict, competition, jealousy, envy. That could be a big player in this process. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a particular person that's avoiding going into some kind of process. Because I wonder if that's the case. So like, oh, here's the other side of it. Cancer, you could at this time feel disconnected from, it's like a very fascinating thing, because this Five of Swords kind of comes in and it switches around an energy, because it's gaslighting, and someone can kind of make it feel like, or mind games or a power struggle, because it can be a person here that's trying to make their energy more prevalent in the environment than yours, or trying to take you out of this process. Because someone here could have, like, this can be, this person's intention here was to get you to gaslight yourself so that it would block your creativity. Like, that could be one side of it. Because there's a person here in the environment, I feel like, that is struggling with the disconnection that they feel within themselves. So that happens in general. Like, people will project very interesting things, and there can be a denial that takes place here too, because this Three of Swords can be kind of like, I'm gonna hold on to this energy or this person, but it's like painful to hold on to it. There's a person in here that, and I do want to say this is you, Cancer, that's like kind of this formlessness, that something about your identity could be kind of fluid at this time, especially for those of you guys. You'll feel a strong influence by Neptune and maybe Uranus, but more Neptune than anything. But oh, no. Okay, so I'm going to point out two sides of this, because both Jupiter and Neptune are in the process of going direct throughout this month. Neptune is going direct this week, so you will see something kind of shift from that, and then Jupiter as well. Now, these are also tied to living locations, whether you guys realize it or not. Like, for those of you, if you are dealing with someone that's Neptunian based, or it's like, or it's something even geographical, which I know that's gonna not make sense, but that's okay. You guys will understand soon. It can be that your Neptune will make you kind of dive into your spirituality a little bit more, because you're like trying to navigate. It's almost like you lose a line of sight. It kind of like does something energetically, because Neptune will combine, I see it as combining with like the pineal gland, and if there's a blockage or calcification that's built up there, maybe some from like fluoride or some kind of acidity based thing, then it will block the intuitive connection. So then you're kind of like navigating a bit in the dark, like you feel like you've lost a sense, like almost a line of something that you were used to navigating through. And so then you've got to dive into a different realm of things. That's why the synchronicity card could be there, because you're kind of like maybe seeing synchronicities. You still could be trying to figure out what is tied to what, involving some of the situations, but you have to heavily rely on that. Like, you've got that water sign quality where your intuition will kick in to overcompensate when another part of your energetic system kind of goes out of line, especially if the mind games cause some kind of cognitive dissonance. Then you have this other part of you that will kick on a lot stronger. Everyone kind of has that. It's really an interesting human process. So that's kind of what transpired here. An old wound was coming up to the surface. Here was the Chiron, which was a chronic wound. That's been kind of at the forefront here. And so some of you guys, you're either taking a rest from a situation or restoring yourself, because you could have gone into something knowing that you were going to be in an environment that would cause some kind of back and forth. And that's always how you know too, oh, that was the other thing too. So you guys might experience a possible hoover attempt. With the devil coming in here, you want to be cautious of either a hoover attempt coming in or a self-hoover, because there could be a person here that waits for you to come to them. They won't take action towards you, but they will create enough confusion in the environment to make you confuse yourself, and then the final like hoover part will be something significant, and it's subtle, so you wouldn't be able to necessarily point it out or prove it or do very much, but it will be kind of like an attempt to get you to question yourself. And that's why it can turn into a self-hoover, because you can like, for example, someone might do something in your environment, it's a gaslight, or it's something kind of a subtle message, it's indirect, because there's lack of authentic communication here, or it's indirect, because it's a cautiousness. Both people don't feel like they feel safe around each other, or they feel like they can safe and effectively communicate and feel heard or empathized with or understood. And that's sometimes what will be highlighted in relationship dynamics. So that could have happened somewhere environmentally. But there could be someone here that is in internal conflict or feels frustrated or any of those lower vibrational energies. And sometimes what they can do is try to ignite through the fives, eventually get to a 5 of Cups, where they want you to feel like you're missing out on something, or they want you to feel like yourself or your current reality isn't good enough, or it's not good enough without them. Or they'll, what was the other part of it? Yeah. So this person will try to kind of like bypass or avoid accountability or responsibility, and then try a final attempt to push it back onto you, which could be valid. Like, there could be lessons that you are going through karmically anyway, things that you have to learn about your own communication skills. I apologize, the light went off. And that could be something that you're having to learn in general, you know. But that's why I said, like, the communications here is key to a lot of this. Feeling safe to be able to communicate without arguments and full-on explosions. Arguments don't have to necessarily bad thing. It's healthy if someone disagrees or doesn't see eye to eye, because it presents an opportunity for solutions or compromise, or, you know, talking through situations maturely. But there can be situations where people don't feel safe to do that because someone might be explosive, or they say really cutting things with the mentor upside down. Like, this right side up is a person who knows how to say things that create change. And truth can hurt. That's one side. Truth is beneficial, like, because it can make a person look in the mirror and say, wow, like, yeah, that was uncomfortable to hear, but that's exactly what I needed to hear to create a change in my life. But with it being upside down, this person could say things that are like really cutting, or like it's brutal or cruel, or it's like got this, you can just feel it pulls you out of balance. And so there might be a recognition here to stay out of that environment. Some of you guys, that could be like strongly in your energy, but look how it disconnects. Like, look how it's almost like this person's energy will maybe be stronger than your own voice or your own connection to yourself. And that's kind of what this feels like more than anything. This person also might want to highlight that they have a connection with someone else that's fully transformed, and they've rewarded this person. And they're trying to kind of entice with that to make it seem like you will have your 10 of Cups and your ultimate transformation. But I don't like the Devil card with it, because it's kind of like it's like it's a predator, and this person might be love bombing another to make it look like, but there's a lot of shadow going on here that's not seen. There's a person here that might look really beautiful and transformed on the surface, but what's going on behind the scenes is vastly different. And that's the difference here. There's a person here that's also looking out in the environment or trying to look into things. This person wants to go into a different environment or explore things, but they're also like, they're competitive and jealous. They feel like there's things lacking in their environment and they want to be somewhere else, but they're trying to create an illusion of having something better. this is like really interesting stuff. Anyway, Cancer, let me dive into the extended. Holy shiz, this is so long. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, see it over there. But Cancer, if this is where we leave things, sending you so much love. Wishing you all the very best. See you in your next reading. Take care.